and I kind of want to go over something kind of weird. Guys, you are able to fully glitch out a weapon system and bring it to multiplayer where you're not supposed to be able to use it. And the reason I'm saying this is because I do need to make a video on this. For anyone who wants to use this at the moment, but also to bring the light to Activision that just blocking something did not give them, well, any power to block. And the reason I'm saying this is because on the MXR17, if we go ahead and do create a build right quick, and we was to go like, oh, I want to put it onto this one or this one, right? We're going to go with this one. There is a ammo attachment that you can use that they've removed out of the game at the moment, because you can see I'm not able to use it. Which actually I used in zombies before, but you can see I'm not able to like anymore, like it doesn't show up. And the reason I can say this is because it shows up nowhere under the game anymore. If I do this, okay, keep going, keep her going. You can see here, nothing there. Go into barrel, doesn't show anything. Go to this, doesn't show anything. Go to this, and nada. Yeah, there is something we all can use, which, by the way, so I can't use the, okay, so the conversion kit's under the barrel. Okay, we're going to go ahead and equip this, which gives us this. And realistically, you are, I believe, not supposed to get this in multiplayer. And just creating the class like I just did here in front of you will allow me to use this in multiplayer. 100% no if, buts, and ands. Now, I do want to go with recoil control here, guys, because when you do this exact build, it is like out the butt with its recoil, and I do mean a lot of it. Now, you guys can use a suppressor if you guys want, stuff like that. You can use, anything you guys want, but I will let you guys know the recoil to this gun is ridiculous. So I would use something that manages the recoil there. I don't know about the horizontal. I didn't really check that enough to do horizontal, but this right here is probably the build I want to take to multiplayer. And the reason I can say this is because I believe I seen the barrel was missing in multiplayer, or maybe just overlooked it earlier. But yeah, you can actually have the nutsack version of this in multiplayer, which is what my video just released. Literally earlier today after my live stream shows me using. I'm actually just using a version of this that I removed off the optic and put on something else. And in this case, I probably could run something like horizontal recoil to help with the recoil management there. And this is kind of basically just what I ran. Because now we can actually just go into camo, set it up however, and I mean, once you get it to max, it's this, but I need to check out a camo right quick here in a second. I just want to kind of throw on this one. Because, guys, we do, however, have every single one of these as well. Like the black one. We got this, where we can actually have the red with that, the golden version. We did get this and this unlocked, same as this and this. And then we also have this one and this one. Okay, we did get those. The weeklies are pretty okay. One of the weeklies, I don't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. Actually, is like a little bit meh, to be honest with you. That's the reason I didn't really care about it too much. But yeah, we can now use this in multiplayer, because now that I've actually full made this class, I can actually go delete the class I made before, which is, where is it? It's not that one, not this one. Okay, so it didn't save it. That's fine. I might have deleted it, and I might have threw this one on. So we can actually keep this one now. Okay, and pretty much we're just going to go back. We're going to go back. We're going to go back, and then we can actually go into multiplayer and show you guys that I basically was using this. We're going to go to this, into here, and right here is the one I was using. and I don't have a saved version of this. Now I do. I can actually select the saved version and go into wildcard here, and instead of gunfighter, I can actually now use perk greed and rebring my perks back out, which is kind of what I wanted to do. So we can actually have ghost back. So now I have ninja cold-blooded ghost with this exact Lodi that we can run everywhere else. And I actually found this is actually not a bad weapon to use starting out because, yeah, it seems bad with how it works. But if you know its flaw, you can counter the flaw. Not in every gunfight are you going to be able to counter it because every gunfight, you know, you're going to have gunfights you're going to have to shoot for extended periods of time. But the flaw pretty much is you start out fast when you shoot first. And then its rate of fire slows over time. Now, that is counterable, and you can see how the recoil went. That is actually counterable, because when you shoot for a little bit, stop, and then shoot again, we're back on the same rapid fire. So if we rapid fire it, notice something? Our fire rate never slowed. So we can actually come up and go. Right like that. So pretty much, guys, you can actually get the nutsack version of this over here, where if I'm not mistaken, because I will go in and take a look here in a second to make sure I just didn't overlook, but originally I did not see this when I was doing my little multiplayer session earlier, and I figured out that I could bring the 100-round mag to this, and dude, did I ever hit some clips, man. Before I even done the whole recording, which I probably should have saved the clip beforehand, it actually was very, very amazing. So yeah, you can actually glitch out the attachments if I didn't overlook this. So we're just going to make sure by act like we're just going to be making a brand new one of these. So if we actually come in here, new build, and then go to the very different one. So this one, for instance, it was this, which, no, it's in here. Okay. For some reason, it just didn't show up. I guess like when you're in the middle of a match, this attachment didn't want to show up. But anyways, let's show you guys how to set it up and make it run really smooth. So to get it to run really smooth, we want the recoil pattern. The magazine's going to get deleted anyway, so we can actually move that off and throw on some recoil pattern here for this. We're going to do recoil for this, so we actually want the horizontal recoil. This is already for recoil, which is very nice. And then our last attachment is actually just going to be the, well, to show you guys, notice what happened to the, yeah, it's at the top. Okay, so it just jumbled it. But yeah, you're able to like utilize this, and occasionally it might actually disappear on you. So yeah, and if it's not showing up in your game, then just make it over in zombies and then port it to multiplayer. I don't know if like porting it to multiplayer kind of unfixed the bug for me. Maybe it's a bug for you guys, but it just didn't show up earlier. When I originally naturally used this gun, I had to actually port it into multiplayer using the zombie stuff that I showed you where I built it in zombies, and I could just use the blueprint later in multiplayer. The barrel didn't want to show up. I believe I showed that in the video I uploaded too. Like, I think I went in and done some attachment stuff. Maybe not in the video. It might have been like a little bit before I actually like saved the clip. So like where it cut like some of my kills off, that might have been where I was doing the attachments. But for some reason, the barrel did not want to show up for this. And I will let you know, the bit for this is counterable. And technically, we do have an extra mag here because you can see we got the 100-round nutsack onto this. And to let you guys know, yes, the overtime is not uber slow as you can see, but it does slow down from that. It goes from to boop, 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 like that. You can counter that. Soon as your fire rate goes to slow after you get a kill, just release the trigger. Wait for like a millisecond and then pull the trigger again. As you can see. So the fire rate will continue to be faster. Okay? And I showed you that over time too with 2 different targets. And to show you guys, there's no slowdown when I'm going over target. My aim assist is turned off. So when I'm getting to matches and going like that, oh god, I actually used up the mag from this. But when I'm actually aiming onto people like that in matches, I am not using any aim assist. So yeah, my skill level surpasses a little bit of other players out there because I'm not using a mechanic in the game that I could abuse. To stay on target. Especially like when you watch my other clip when I'm actually doing this and I'm following people, or even I'm from this one and snapping over to this dude or a little bit past it, there is no aim assist helping me. So yeah. Crazy. And to show you that again, I can really fastly do this. I can walk side to side while doing it, and I am not having the aim assist that'll, feel like it's doing like this for me. Because you can see I'm blatantly, really fastly doing this. That is me being able to track, okay? And to show that, I am actually missing to the right to kind of show you guys that. All right. And how aim assist actually works, and this is where PC gets it wrong. It isn't a thing where I do this and it goes automatically onto someone. What aim assist actually does is whenever you're scanning over someone like this, and I'm doing this on purpose, guys, because you can see I can, really quickly do that. But what it does is, like, if he was moving and I was moving, it helps move your aim a little bit to stay onto target. As you can see, it's not there. I can do this, and you can see my aim is staying in the middle there. It's not, like, actually tracking him, right? But pretty much what it does is, like, if I was to go really quick, when you go over someone, your aim slows down, okay? 1, your aim is going to slow. 2, it's going to help you just kind of stay on target, and to show you that my aim assist is off. Okay, I can snap my finger, and my aim is not auto-assisting to target, okay? My aim assist is off. This is me being able to track like this myself, okay? Knowing the input to put in, the strafe speed, and being able to do this. This is me. So, pretty much, guys, aim assist, what it does is it's not a thing that goes boom and then on to target. What it actually does is when you aim in and you go over your target, what it actually does is just slows down your little aimer like this, and then you're back to fast when you go off target. That's what aim assist actually does for you. Apart from that, it will kind of help assist in doing this, but is it an aimbot? No. And yes, there's multiple ways to break aim assist. So for instance, I'm behind this counter. Even though this is open right here, if I was strafing like this and I'm shooting between the counter, anyone outside of this counter, like let's say that was me behind this counter and I was crouched. When they try to aim at crouch level, these objects break the aim assist. It actually will not let them stay on and do like this, okay? It'll keep them looking like this, and it's hard to do. Because objects like this that creates holes that's able to be shot through smoke and other objects break aim assist for console. You can put a tree in the way, and it's going to break their aim assist. So whenever you're on PC whining about aim assist, you're naturally not fucking good, okay? Because knowing how aim assist actually works is one key to understand of how to break it and how to avoid the aim assist altogether, right? For instance, if I'm coming up and I'm doing this constantly, yes, if they have aim assist, it's going to help kind of slowly pull their aimer in the direction of that. As you can see, I can really quickly do this, but it's going to help pull their aimer this way, so they're already trying to track you. It's going to help that tracking. All right, so being able to come off and then just stay doing this constantly does you almost nothing against somebody with aim assist. You want to have that broken movement of going behind shit and around it because you want to be able to like break their camera on top of having stuff get in the way of the aim assist so they can't track you, if that makes sense. Alrighty. Just a little pro tip there to help anyone understand the game, and you can see I did miss that. And yeah, being able to have the tracking like this is something you need to learn how to do. So remove aim assist and get good at aiming like this if you're on controller. And this is me showing you now, literally just after the upload on a live stream where you can physically see I did not change any settings. Like I went in as soon as the game launched and the stream was up, right? None of the settings were changed. All right. I do not have aim assist. So for me to aim and track you the way I track you, I have a way better sense and a way better aim than most players, especially on the stick. Because a lot of people are abusing the whole aim assist where it slows down and helps you, stay on the target a little bit. Another thing is, it's easy to catch people cheating, okay? As hard as people want to think it is, it's actually not. There's two ways you can check. Are they doing this and tracking you through a wall to come out and shoot you? Or is their gun to the point where, like, there is no visible... See how... Even with a pistol. See how this goes here, here, and here? Even with control, okay? You can see there is a deviation of shot. Even at that point-blank range, here's the first one, there's the second bullet hole, okay? There is two. You can tell even on a control... here and here, there is a minute jump in the gun, okay? Even when you set attachments on to literally almost no recoil, there is still going to be a jump in the gun. Even, okay, on this weapon here, okay? I can get negative recoil, yes, but notice how big that shot placement is? It's not like this, okay? Even at close range, it is not that, it is this, okay? So when someone's like 30 meters out hitting like this, and then their gun does not do this, yeah, they got a recoil macro. Okay, they are cheating. Okay, because you can see the gun does kick. And to show you there is a little bit of recoil, I walked it up the wall from here up to here from just this distance. Imagine being... here to way 30 meters away, that recoil is going to look like something like this. Okay? And to be honest with you, yeah, this ain't my recoil build. This is actually just a little bit of a quick firing build. But let me kind of show you guys a little thing here. All right? Even on the new AR, which has very minimal recoil already, if we was to run an actual, like, legit recoil build, which we'll do if I still got it up here, which seems to be nada, so we'll have to make a new one. So we're going to remove basically all the recoil we possibly can from this gun. So right here, ×3 recoil stabilization. Already a big massive jump in recoil control. Stock. Let's go ahead and do vertical and horizontal recoil control. Let's get rid of as much recoil as possible, okay? Same here. We're going to go horizontal and recoil control again. We'll even throw on the ELO, which is ×3 recoil, and then throw on the muzzle, which, by the way, guys, when people run it, is going to be the monolithic. So let's run this exact setup, right? Which, again, recoil, 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 and recoil management, alongside what people actually run, which is this. Let's see if this actually has 0 fucking recoil. Okay? And to let you guys see, even at close range, it's not as high, but it did kick up to here. Even at close range, this is beamable, but let's say 30 meters. Okay, we can see there is a little bit of a jump in the gun, but it's not a lot. Over here, yeah, we can really see there is a jump in the gun. You can see there is something that does this visually. Like, if I look at the side right here, it does like this very visually. And even though it's not coming way up here, you can see there is a very slight deviation like this from a target way over there. So is this something where someone could come up and just go and then beam you on a heady? No. No, 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 no. No. Heady beaming like this, where it's just constantly shooting the head, even at that range, you can see on sticks is kind of meh. But on mouse and key, would be a little bit easier, but it still wouldn't be like literally if I was shooting right now, my dot just staying like this. That tells you there's a recoil macro. Okay. The next thing, how you can also check if someone is cheating is the visual. Okay, and I don't mean just by recoil and anything like that, which, by the way, I did kind of make a really okay-looking class here. I'm going to keep that class. But the thing we're going to go over is going to be a different weapon than this one. We're actually going to go ahead and show you guys a different weapon right quick. Let's hop over to... wait. Okay, I can actually just do this. That way I don't mess up one of my classes. Is the SMG. Let's go with the Durevic. Okay. No matter what form of the Durevic we use, if I click on this, we can use this one or, any regular one. But let's say I wanted to go with this one. Let's remove off the sight. We'll go with irons. Okay, which the irons you can see is basically the same as the other Durevics. We're going to go with vertical recoil control. I'm not going to worry about the damage range because, let's be honest, the Durevic is already pretty okay. We are actually going to go ahead and run a laser because we want to hit that good old... Oh, wait, actually, does this one not give a laser for that? It does not. So we do get the damage range, but notice there is no recoil control. So it's all with the stock with this one. All right, so recoil control, we'll do horizontal and recoil instead of this one. We're actually going to go with this one for the recoil control, the recoil management. The extended mag is going to be the 48 instead of the 60, and we got room for one more. What shall we use? I would say an optic, but I kind of want to show you guys something else, so we're actually going to go with fire. You know what? Horizontal and vertical. Why not? We'll just remove as much recoil as possible just for a second. And that is going to be, look how blocky this is. Okay. That is not that zoomed out. It's kind of blocky. And if I was shooting at somebody from here, yeah, it's seeable. From way down there, I'm on 100 and something FOV. That is hard as fuck to see, especially if my whole sight is covering the body and I'm shooting. Okay. That is hard as fuck to see. I'm not gonna lie. That was hard to see. This, meh. This, meh. And if their whole sight is blocking you up like this, and they're able to continue following exactly where you're gonna go, they're walling. And I don't mean a regular wall. They have the exact outline of you in their iron sight because they're able to take this where it's hard to see you and literally follow you, which means they can see your outline through the iron sight itself and not by an actual visual. Okay, so they're able to continue following you. Now, if you're close and you're moving this way, of course, they're going to keep moving their aim this way. But at far distances, where if you're going this way and you could zip back this way really fucking quick, where people kind of go like this, okay, or even they're going like this and then sprint back to the side, so they're running this way and then immediately slide back, right? Especially if they're coming out and going, oh shit, I'm being shot at, right? You're not going to continue tracking that 100% easy. And a lot of people just do what I just showed you. They come out and go, oh shit, and then stem up, right? Which means you're not going to be completely just immediately knowing I'm going to track this way, or he is someone who does this constantly immediately in your first combat. So a Durevic shooting from this range, yeah, no, that's a no-go, my dude. There's definitely something weird going with that. Maybe right here at this little 25 meter or 20 meter, whatever that says right there, whatever that right there says, maybe this you can track a little easier, but that, yeah, good fucking luck. Okay? Unless you got a really big TV, and I'm talking about one of those 100 inches where even that right there would look like this. Okay? You're not tracking that. Okay? Down to clean, you're just not. Secondhand, at a range, that's how long it actually takes the Durevic to kill. The funny thing is, I died to the Drevik as if everybody's doing that constantly. When realistically, that is probably what they're doing. Oh, notice the recoil. I'm pulling down on my stick. Like, watch. I'm pulling down on my stick. And after some time, that still kicks up. Now, close range, yeah, it's easy to control. But back there, unless someone's like repeatedly pulling down on that recoil pretty hard, yeah, no. And mind you guys, you can see the recoil with that. I'm actually fully running. Hold on. I'm on loadout 7. I'm fully running ×3 recoil, magazine capacity, recoil, and recoil. Okay? Think of that. I am literally using 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, yeah, 4 things because of this. My bad. I was counting this because I'm used to seeing one of these recoil. But 1, 2, 3, 4 items for the best for recoil reduction that we could possibly get on the Drevik. And at 20 meters, we get really hard recoil when you just rapid fire it. Or I should say full auto fire it. So for someone to literally have no bounce with this after a certain amount of time, or 0 recoil with a certain amount of time, not happening. Okay, that just is not happening. I don't care what build they want to say they're running. I'm running literally everything for recoil but 1 attachment, which is just giving me extra in the mag. Right? And then even so, you can see the time to kill with that. If I was to remove this down, let's say take that off, and I was to run, I don't know, like maybe a barrel. Anything in here for recoil? Nope. Anything for, yeah, the optics does. So now the optic, see, I can use recoil for that. If I actually throw an optic on, that actually mitigates the recoil. And then at that point, yeah, you're probably beaming. But iron sight with any other attachment, no. See, now that, yeah, that's beamable. Under 5 attachments. Okay, this, beamable. You have to run everything for fucking recoil pattern in order to make this non-beamable. Or make this beamable, my bad. So with that being said, if someone is straight up using the Drevik, literally right now, and they're getting 0 fucking recoil bounce at 20 meters plus, report. Okay, just shoot the report. There's no if, buts, and ands about it. The next thing is Activision. How are you going to tell me, okay, that this gun here, an SMG, at 20 meters plus, sometimes, is out shooting an AR? I'm not joking. There's times where literally the Drevik is killing me within 4 bullets repeatedly at least 30 meters, but yet somehow I'm getting 5 goddamn shit markers with this, which is actually made for range, by the way. SMGs are usually CQB. ARs are usually for like actual long range. Well, I won't say like super long range, but literally by range standard, it goes sniper, marksman, AR. Literally, it is class 3 for range. And then underneath that would actually be submachine guns. So how is a submachine gun outranging me in fights? COD. And somehow doing more damage. It makes 0 sense. So I can't really fully blame everyone, mainly the developers for that. But at the same time, it's oof, guys. It is. I really don't understand it. Alongside, I also can't understand one more other fact. So, guys, if you're wondering what that is, notice how long this barrel is, right? Which means I should be doing more damage at range because why? There's a longer barrel. Longer barrel means what? There's more rifling. More rifling means you get more range, which means I should have more stopping power at further ranges compared to someone running this, which is a shorter fucking barrel. Get the idea, developers? Shorter barrel equals less rifling equals less range, which means less power at further distances. Okay. That is one thing I would like to go over, because especially in some guns, when you upgrade the range to them, like if I was to go long barrel and push like the actual damage range times 3 there, it doesn't feel like it actually does damage at range. Like it doesn't actually shoot further and keep the consistent damage. It actually just feels like it's exactly the same as if I did not put a fucking barrel on it. Like, developers, how do we fuck that up that bad? But I could say I can actually go ahead and tier 2 this, which I'm going to go ahead and do right here on stream. So we're just going to do this and go ahead and prestige 2 this. Okay. I do not like the camo they put on this. And that's another thing I don't like is how many like builds did you guys see there? That now after prestiging completely deleted every fucking single one of them. Like Treyarch, Activision, COD development, how hard it is for you to literally just go, oh, I cannot use the attachment because I don't have it unlocked. So you lock the fucking object. Think of that for a second. You just lock the fucking object. Make it so it's a blueprint I cannot use till I actually reach high enough level to use the attachment. You don't have to delete all my goddamn blueprints I made. And I hate to say that because you guys know it's fucking true when I'm saying that. It's literally stupid. Okay? It's the worst thing they decided to do in this game. And I will say I did go ahead and get the recoil management there. I don't even think I used the stock on this, did I? To be honest with you. I forget every single like attachment I've used, to be honest. Kind of be honest, I didn't even have a barrel, which means I went with the muzzle. The next thing is, this gun is actually kind of pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I just wish they would have done a little better job with it. Just a wee little bit better job. But we got that. Magazine. It's just a flip mag. I'm not worried. We'll keep the 30 because that can be leveled up. This unlocks at level 8, so it's pointless to use a thing on that. I don't really need that. So technically, I probably could run a barrel, to be honest with you guys. And if I did, it would probably be something like this. Bullet velocity and damage range. So I get the damage range and the bullets go down range a little faster. If I wanted it. Not going to know about any of that. Rear grip. All right. So I'm thinking what? So that unlocks at 18. This unlocks at 8. Do I actually want here? Because this does damage range. I could run over pressured, which unlocks at 43. That wouldn't be a horrible idea to go for. But it isn't fully needed. I wish there was a way to do fire rate without busting the fucking damage range, dude. Because let's be honest, most of your stuff is going to happen at most ranges. It is going to be higher. So I'm thinking of, technically you don't even need a barrel for this. This right here is more than enough attachments to get kills at the moment. But let's do something with, I guess, level 18. That way I can at least have a grip. Leaving me one attachment open that I can do anything with. And at this point, being maybe just this for giggles, just so that way I have the 5th attachment on there. Don't need this. And you can see we do, however, have multiple versions of this other stuff. I kind of want to see how this build actually feels in a second as well. But yeah, we've done that so we can work for this, 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 and then into this, which I don't really care for this too much, but as I play the gun, why not? Just go ahead and level it. Use max it out. Just why not? I'm gonna say I kind of like this look, but I kind of like this one too. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna go with the ghost look. Okay, for this one. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of oof, man, when they do a lot of stuff with their game. I kind of want to see how this actually feels in a second. Fuck it. Okay, so I can actually... First 2-shot placement is not bad. Okay, so it's a little bit beamable, but it's still got a little bit to work on. That is levelable, though. I can actually use that and level it. Okay. But anyways, it's actually quite fun to also use the nutsack version of this, which I will say it is actually very fun to use. Go give it a try, guys. Once you learn how to defeat the slow fire rate, it's actually kind of fun. We're also going to check out a camo here in a second, just because I've seen somebody running it, and I asked them about it, and like, oh, it's for this XYZ gun, and I want to see if it actually is, or if they lied to me. I have a feeling they lied to me, because I have a feeling that they probably unlock told it, but I could be wrong. That's why I'm going to go check it out here in a second. But pretty much, if you guys don't know, it is for the, this, I believe, the swordfish. They said it was like the weapon prestige camo. Oh, it is. Okay, it was this one. Is what I seen the dude using, which is the mastery, like once you reach 250 with the swordfish. I kind of want to see if I can't make a better swordfish a little bit, because we do have the recoil right here going through. We have the Penta, which is the fire rate, magazine ammo capacity to 5-round burst. We have the damage range, the recoil being hit there. What if I was to remove, hear me out, this? Oh no, I can't. I forgot the iron sights to this actually look kind of horrible. We're going to keep on tier 3 recoil management. And I was hoping for maybe, not that, under barrels, thank you. Maybe something like this, or even just bullet velocity, which, by the way, adding a barrel for some reason removes some of the damage to this. Like, it doesn't say it. It actually says it does better damage, but for some reason it does actually remove damage. The one shot kind of falls off at that point for some reason. But the bullet velocity and damage range is probably what I would actually look at adding. So instead of having like enables hold breath and control when holding breath and flinch, what if we went with its actual damage range? That way I can probably hit for further distances and keep a better one shot, bias to this maybe. Maybe I can keep a better one-shot bit for that, right? So it actually has a better one-shot range. And I noticed the bullets probably might impact a little better. So we'll have to give that a try on stream here in a second, maybe. Although I've lost my warm-up. So we got that. We can actually change this one out. The next thing I'm going to go over is how broken this gun here is. Because a lot of people use it and they're like, I'm so good at the game. But to me, it just makes me feel cringe when I see people using it. And before people end up hating me, the reason I feel cringe is because of how reduced recoil it gets. The kill time, it absolutely smacks, by the way. Let's go with like that, I believe is what I see people running, and then it is going to be the damage range, because come on, you're going for damage with this. And then what? Maybe an underbarrel, because you want to be able to hit that horizontal, maybe, is what I would think with this, right? That would be kind of the build. Maybe change out the mag for something else or so. Like maybe something for ADS speed. So like maybe this one, maybe. That would be kind of what you would want to run, right? Apart from some people actually do run optics with it. But I've seen how this looked in a second, and I kind of want to see how that actually looks as well. But I couldn't imagine wanting to go for that camo. I mean, I'm going to go for it because, like I said, I'm just going to level the gun up for every reason under the sun. But why did my gun just disappear? We seen that, right? But anyways, load into the game. I mean, maybe something for a mag, maybe? So instead of running, what, this? Yeah, because we want to keep recoil control. So we'll remove this and throw on, what, the 45? Which doesn't say it actually hurts anything, because you want a little bit more ammo in the mag. So maybe this is the build that I see people running. Okay, I love how the aimer is a little bit different, and I can say, yes, it is. Still get a little bit of that recoil. It comes out this way, but it'll be fine. So hitting that down there, being able to beam that is non-existent. So if they're actually beaming more than 25 meters or 26, whatever that actually says, if they're beaming more than that, like way back there onto someone's head, and the gun just stays right like this as they're shooting, report it. Okay, just report it. I'm getting a little bit of like side to side recoil, like as in like this type of recoil happening from the biggest distance. So maybe just keep your firefights within 25 meters of this gun. So yeah, for them to like beam it absolutely max distance like that with this one is a joke. Don't believe it. Okay. And I can say that 100%, like, I don't have a doubt that that is kind of weird. Alrighty. But yeah, we have this that we've done. If you want the build code to it, when giving builds, the best way to do that is right here. There's the code AO1 BMFVI-Y9R11. Okay? That is all you guys need to know, which will give you every single one of these attachments. So, yeah, we're going to just be kind of messing about a little bit. I do got to prestige this gun anyways, so I might just go ahead and do that in a minute. We got this. This one, which, by the way, I've done as much recoil mitigation to as possible. This one and this one. That we're just gonna kind of run around with. I'm gonna do it a little off stream because I've noticed like the latency of this game is kind of meh when I've been live streaming. Like I've had moments where you've seen it in stream for some reason while I'm live streaming, if I try to swim in water, I get teleported backwards a little bit. Like I get rubber banded. And other things like that, which does happen even off stream, but it happens more when I stream at the moment, which is kind of weird. So I will have to say I'm going to go ahead and cut stream for that. But yeah, you guys can definitely alt stuff in, especially like they remove attachments. You can actually just put them on in zombies and then bring on the multiplayer until they make a patch for that, by the way. As always, love you guys, stay awesome, and peace!